learning and opportunities in business come from this angle. I mean, 5 years ago, Eric Schmidt from Google said, it's mobile first. 5 years ago. And it actually is today. Mobile is first. It's about multi-channel and multi-platform. Whatever you're creating has to work at different places. So you can use it when you're traveling, and then at home you can use it on television, and then you can print out something that's all one part of the same platform. So centralized, decentralized, and distributed, as the slide was showing from Paul Benning, they will coexist. I think there may be a sort of an overlap at a certain point to where the distributed model will eat into the central model. But for the time being, I think the next 5 years we're going to have coexistence and the change of business model there. It's an and world, not an either-or world, and it's also a fragmented world where we are looking at what's coming together between ourselves and what comes from the middle. Next generation interfaces, voice translation, augmented reality, 3D, tangible data. Clearly that is something we have to look at, starting with augmented reality. But don't be a robot. Find and dissect and boot your toxic assumptions. This is very important. What are we believing that is there, that's sort of at the core? Like when I worked in the music business, their primary belief was very simple, and that was, if we don't control distribution, the copying of our music, we're dead. The reality is, you control distribution, and you're dead. And they're finding out today that controlling distribution is not an issue because it can't be controlled. They have to control attention. It's a whole different cup of tea. And they're finally getting to that. So, if the technology doesn't help us to be more human, forget it. I wouldn't be interested. Technology is going to create an algorithm that I have to comply with, like cloud. I'm not interested. This is very important for learning, I think. Open as much as possible is becoming mission critical. To gain an audience, to get speed of deployment. What is not a good idea is to make everything free, just to make it free and not have a way to do anything afterwards. So the freemium only works if you have a way to get to the next level. So this is kind of a dance between open and closed, but clearly open as much as possible is becoming mission critical. The craft example, I consider starting your own collaboration kitchen. Look at your competitors and people outside of your space and say, can I work with these guys? The most common trends in our media, television, music, and so on, is to work with telecom providers and mobile operators. Completely outside of your old routine. So consider starting your own collaboration kitchen. And reduce overload. Talk briefly about this. Get better filters. This is also really important for learning. Because when you have overload, you don't learn. And don't forget to detox. This is also very important to digest things and have some of this. So, leave you with a final word of my friend Forrest Gump.
You want a chocolate?
Can you turn this up?
I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said, life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's a good saying for the end. You never know what you're going to get. Thanks very much for your time, and let's have a conversation, and let's ask questions.